Everybody? Moose Gaming here, and I'm actually gonna try to do something a little bit different today. I'm actually gonna be reading some Reddit stories. Hopefully, I get some chuckles. Uh, what is the worst experience you've had with a toilet? So I guess we're about to get started. Also, if I sound a little nasally, it's because I'm kind of getting over being sick right now, so I apologize. All right, this is by the thread was created by Captain Catfish 9 years ago. Jesus. And this one is a response by a deleted account. Not me, but a friend of mine. A group of us all decided to go on a camping trip with our respective significant others. His girlfriend tells him she will not go unless they have a toilet, so he goes out and buys a portable chemical toilet. He also buys a new tent for them to use and retire the old tent to be the bathroom. Ugh, excuse me. He sets the toilet up in town on the valley floor, fills up the fill tank with the blue chemical fluid. He tests it to make sure it works properly. The operation is simple. You pull a lever, which opens a flap in the bottom of the toilet. The evidence is dropped through the flap, and a second valve drops fluid down sides of toilet into the open flap, flushing all remaining evidence into the lower tank. The flap then returns to its original position, creating a nice airtight seal, preventing the contents of the lower tank from disturbing your precious sensibilities. We drive all the way up to the top of the mountain and set up camp. We have a fun day of eating camp food, drinking beer, and having fun. It's now probably close to midnight and pitch black. My friend is the first one to need to use the new bathroom with the new 20th century chemical toilet. He excuses himself and proceeds to thoroughly test the storage capacity of the upper bowl. He pushes the lever to open the flap to the lower seal tank. Immediately, he gets a lesson on air pressure displacement as the 7,000 or so feet higher elevation has resulted in a much higher pressure inside the waste tank than the air outside. There also appears to be a slurry of liquid and solid waste between escaping air and victim. We hear around the campfire, or what we hear around the campfire is a loud whoomp, followed by my friend screaming, "Oh God, oh shit, oh God." Of course, being the good friends we are, we rush to his aid, with him yelling, "Don't come in here, don't come in here." Many wet naps were used that night. A Midnight Creek river bath and years of harassment came from that night. That was the last camping trip for that tent. It was retired. The toilet, however, is still used, but the reason for the little screw valve on the side was learned by all. Too long didn't read. Pressure difference in camping toilet became shit fountain. That's funny. This deserves an award for best TLDR I've read. Alright, let's go on to the next one. This one is from Glow Into You. Edited to say thanks for the gold. It won't make the memory any better, but perhaps if I can figure out what gold is, it will make for a nice day. Alright. I've posted this before, but it fits snugly here. So here you go. My worst toilet experience. I have issues. I'm painfully shy, very nervous of things a lot of the time, and I get highly anxious about some things, particularly going to the toilet. I find it really difficult to go to the bathroom in an unfamiliar house, even more so with unfamiliar people. When I was at university, I was the only girl living in a house with a group of boys. I was quite nervous about pooing. I mean, males tend to have a kind of idea of females that they don't poo or something, and that when they do, it's pink and pebble-like. No. Anyhow, this one evening I went to the toilet, didn't put the light on. The pull cord for the light was outside the bathroom, so I made the decision on my way that I wouldn't use the light. It was early evening in autumn, so it was light-ish. I could see, but it was dim and shadowy. I only had to pee, so it wasn't a huge problem. Only, only it was a problem because I then ended up pooping. I was supposed to be going out. I was supposed to be going food shopping with one of my housemates, and here I was pooping. I was getting a little anxious that he was waiting downstairs, and the time I was taking would be a firm indicator that I was more than peeing. I quickly finished up, and it was just about time to leave the bathroom when I thought to myself, I should maybe double check the toilet was clean before I left. Having no light meant it was hard to see if there was any stains. I used my phone to light up the toilet and saw the biggest poo ever. Seriously, it was taking up half the toilet, and it was wedged into the U-bend. I panicked. I flushed, but it didn't move, did not budge. Now I was getting really flustered downstairs. Housemates would have definitely heard a double flush. It still hadn't gone. I couldn't risk a third flush. A third flush would be far more humiliating than dealing with using an alternative method. At least I thought so. I'm not sure how I convinced myself of that, but in a blind panic and toilet embarrassment, I did. I convinced myself I had no other option but to lift it out. I did not tell myself to wrap my hand in toilet paper. Ew. In went the hand. I got a firm grip on the log and soon learned there is no gripping a poo. It can't be done. It began to disintegrate in my hand, but I managed to sort of flip it into the sink where it landed in two chunks with a wet thud slap and left an opaque brown stain all over the sink. Ooh. Or opaque, however it's pronounced. Here I will add I definitely should have just broken it up and flushed it, but I was panicking so bad. I could feel my heart pumping, and I was sweating, my breathing was stalling, my whole body was shaking and felt like jelly. It was like negative adrenaline. The hell's negative adrenaline? So what do you do when you have a sink covered in shit stains and two chunks of crap sat there waiting to be disposed of? You mash it down the sink, you run the tap until the water is scalding hot, and you proceed to mash the poo into the plug hole as it disintegrates. Only it blocks the plug hole, and now the sink is filling up. You have a shit plug in the bottom of the sink of burning water, and you have to unblock it. So you shove your hand in, burning yourself while you try like crazy to scoop the shit out of the little plug holes. All the while, you hear your housemate shouting up there, "Hey, glowing to you, are you ready? Are you ready to go?" Oh shit, literally. Suddenly, the panic reaches a new level. The housemaid's coming up the stairs. The door to your shit sauna is at the top of those very stairs, and you know the steam in the room is the most foul-smelling steam that could ever be, and soon it will have leaked under the door to the top of the stairs. He is walking up. You grab bleach, soap, shampoo, shower gel, and start squirting it under the hot tap, trying like hell to make a normal smelling steam. I'm in the shower. I thought I would shower. It might save time. What the fuck was that excuse? Anyhow, the steam is now pooey and perfumed and sickening. The poo is almost mashed away, but the last few bits are just not leaving. If you've never manhandled shit, it has a texture like no other. It feels a bit like when you start kneading bread just after adding the warm water, and it's warm and sticky. Maybe it's seeded bread. Ugh. There's definitely a slight coarseness to shit. Ugh. Mainly, it is the stickiness that's a hassle, and the smell. Obviously, it sticks like melted chocolate and dough combined into a sticky, thick nightmare. Gross. You force the last few nuggets down the sink and start trying to wash your hands. The smell will not leave, will not budge. After 10 more minutes of scrubbing and soaping and crying and sitting because your legs will no longer support you, you decide to do the walk of shame, exit the bathroom, and tell your housemate you were sick in the shower and took some cleaning up. Remember suddenly, thanks to Beethoven, That tomato juice gets rid of skunk smell, and wonder if it'll get rid of poo smell. Set out to the supermarket in new hope of getting rid of the smell. The biggest oh shit came in the toilet roll aisle when my housemate says, "Oh, this reminds me. I did the biggest shit ever earlier. It wouldn't flush, I just had to leave it. It wasn't even my own poo. I had known this guy for 3 weeks and already got up to my elbows in his shit because I felt weird pooing in an unfamiliar environment. No! That's terrible. Oh, God. That's. No. Oh, Lordy. Okay. I've got my own toilet story to share. So here we go. So it was, I don't remember exactly what year it was. It was a good few years ago when Fate of the Furious first came out in theaters. So I went there to see it with my brother and one of our friends. We got our popcorn, we got our sodas, we got our seats. We're just downing some popcorn, downing our sodas. About 30, 35 minutes later, I have to get up and go to the bathroom. So I get up, I excuse myself from the theater, and I go to the bathroom. There were only 3 stalls, and 2 of them were taken. So I was like, crap, okay. So I go into the empty stall, and I sit down on the toilet, and I do my business. All right. So I sign the paperwork, I'm done, and I go to flush. Big mistake. The toilet was jammed. So when I went to go flush, it just started rising with the toilet paper and the doo doo in there just coming up. I was like, oh no. So I hightail it out of that stall. I go to the sink, I wash my hands, and I hightail it out of the bathroom. I get back to my seat and I grab my soda, I grab my popcorn. And about a couple of minutes later, our friend says, "All right, it's my turn to use the bathroom." So he gets up, he excuses himself from the theater, and he goes into the bathroom. And he comes back. He's like, "Oh, bro, someone clogged the toilet with their shit." I was like, "Ooh, do I tell him? Do I not tell him that toilet was already clogged when I went in?" Uh, so that's he came back and he's like, "Oh, bro, someone's shit's coming out of the toilet." So I was just like, "Oh God." So yeah, that's my toilet story for for that. So I hope you all had fun listening to me read this with me and my nasally voice. My nose is just super stuffy no matter how many times I blow my nose. Oh God. So anyway, I hope you all have a good one, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.